Hey YNR fans! Waving hand, welcome to YNR Trends, your go-to spot for the juiciest Young and the Restless updates, shocking spoilers, and all the drama you can't stop talking about. From surprise returns to scandalous twists, we break it all down for you, every day. So grab your coffee, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right into Genoa City's hottest gossip. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, many viewers are speculating about whether the influx of new employees at the CBS serial opera will be followed by significant departures. Now that more soap stars are joining the show, YNR fans are becoming increasingly anxious on social media about cast changes and departures. Billy Flynn, who moved from Days of Our Lives to YNR after making his debut as a Kane Ashby recast, was the first of the big-name acquisitions. Kane has already established himself as a major figure on canvas, receiving a lot of attention and headlines about him. Naturally, there have also been several departures in recent months, including Chance Chancellor, Cole Howard, Summer Newman, and Damian Kane. There are frequently some departures as well whenever a new actor joins the show. Because of this, some fans are concerned about the announcement of two more prominent cast members. There's plenty to look forward to this autumn as Days and General Hospital veteran Tamara Braun will play Sienna Bacall for the first time. Roger Howarth, a former cast member of GH in One Life to Live, will also shortly start filming, so later this year he will appear on screen for a significant plot point. There may be a drawback to these significant casting news, but that is also something to be pleased about. Could some of the present characters leave now that the show is spending more money and employing some well-known soap actors? By letting rid of some performers or at the very least reducing some cast members to recurring roles, it's simple to picture YNR leveling out the budget. After Braun and Howarth joined the show, it's something to think about, albeit there's no confirmation on who might be fired or forced to forfeit contract status. It's a good idea to be ready in case an exit flood occurs next, as there may even be some additional cast additions in the works. A show that has always thrived on change is The Young and the Restless. A revolving door for actors and storylines that come and go based on where the drama takes them, Genoa City has been home to families and characters that viewers have grown loyal to for decades. Fans have recently observed a pattern that has sparked both enthusiasm and worry. Rumors have begun to circulate as a result of the rapid appearance of numerous new characters and hires on the canvas. Will these introductions be followed by significant departures? Fans of soap operas are aware that casting requires balance and that if there are too many faces, someone else may have to be written off. The Young and the Restless community is wondering who might be in jeopardy and whether cherished longtime characters would be cut to make place for fresh talent because of this uneasiness. In daytime drama, casting changes are nothing new, but the sheer volume of new characters joining the show so quickly makes the present feel more urgent. It seems like a new character enters Crimson Lights or appears out of nowhere in the Abbott home, Chancellor Winters, or Newman media every few weeks. Some viewers find that the introduction of new characters keeps the plot interesting and keeps it from becoming monotonous. Some, however, are concerned that this could indicate that the program is reorganizing its core in a way that could alienate devoted viewers. An episode can only have so many minutes, and when too many characters are given space, some of the well-known favorites eventually begin to lose their prominence. That absence from plots frequently portends a final departure, either subtly or with a grandiose farewell. The issue of balance is one of the main points of debate among supporters. Variety and fresh energy are what viewers desire, but not at the price of the characters they have been following for years or even decades. Adding a mysterious adversary to Victor's business or a new romantic interest for a character like Sharon is one thing, but overcrowding the canvas with people that appear to marginalize legacy families is quite another. In the past, for instance, some fans continue to point out that although popular characters like Ashley, Jill, or even Nina vanished for weeks at a time, other new characters were given prominent stories. This trend raises the possibility that the new recruits are not merely supporting cast members but rather are a part of a broader casting change that might result in the removal of important characters from the program. The Young and the Restless has a reputation for taking risks, which heightens the fear of exits. Core characters have been recast, killed off, or sent on extended journeys that felt like blatantly veiled firings over the years. Occasionally, soap magic was used to reverse the exits, bringing characters back to life or abruptly revealing that they had been living abroad all along. At other occasions, though, the departures were irreversible, leaving followers to mourn the loss of a long-time investment. Because of this, loyal viewers always have to brace themselves when the show reveals a number of new cast members. They are aware of the trend. Certain recognized faces tend to fade away when too many new ones show up. The fact that soap operas have a tight budget and set episode durations contributes to the difficulty. This implies that the authors and producers will have to choose which of the current characters to focus on. Less of 5 or 6 new characters are being incorporated into the narrative. Although it's not always the show's intention to eliminate favorites, the practicalities of juggling so many storylines sometimes make it all but inevitable. Supporters have cited instances in the past when the cast increased to the point where entire family arcs were dropped to create more space. The current employment trend feels like it has a warning sign attached because of that lingering recollection. Would a significant legacy family, such as the Abbotts, Newmans, or Chancellors, have to let go of important members to provide space for new plotlines? The way some narratives have been developing has stoked the rumors. Longtime fans can see potential exit indications when characters begin repeating lines about wanting to escape or requiring a new chapter. The concern also grows when legacy characters are abruptly left without a main plotline. It's possible for a character who was previously in the center of the drama to be reduced to advising society or just showing up for a scene or two. These narrative decisions are occasionally the first obvious indications that the authors are subtly relegating a character to the background in order to set up a departure. As the new faces take over, fans have been examining every scene to see which characters might be taken away. The way these new personnel are being advertised in the media adds another level of concern. When a new performer joins the program, the announcements often describe them as front and center or game-changing. These terms can be both thrilling and unnerving. One way to look at it is as new stories that have the potential to change Genoa City. However, if someone fresh is going to take center stage, it usually implies that someone else has to make room. Viewers of soap operas are astute enough to understand that airtime is a zero-sum game and that you cannot give everyone your full attention at once. As a result, the excitement surrounding new characters frequently comes as a caution to devoted fans who are already very attached to the current families. Fans' emotional attachment to the actors themselves heightens the intensity of this. Since several of the cast members have been with The Young and the Restless for decades, they have developed practically personal relationships with the audience. It's more than just a character when someone like Victor or Nikki shows up, it's a piece of history. The show is anchored by the continuity and comfort that those performers provide when they share scenes. For the fans who have supported the show through its highs and lows, losing a key character due to a casting change seems like a personal betrayal as well as a change in the plot. Because it hits on the anxiety of losing not just a character but also a bit of the show's spirit, the concept of major exits after new hires is particularly poignant. It is worthwhile to think about the reasons behind the show's initial need to hire so many new cast members. Over the past 20 years, there has been a significant change in the landscape of daytime drama. The remaining soap operas are under increased pressure to remain innovative, daring, and enticing to new viewers as fewer of them air. As the top daytime drama for many years, The Young and the Restless is constantly up against competition from social media, reality TV, streaming content, and the few soap operas that are still in existence. One approach to try to stay up to date in this setting is to introduce new characters. In order to appeal to a younger audience, younger characters are frequently added, and new romantic partners or business rivals can provide fresh perspectives to keep the program engaging online. To put it briefly, hiring new staff members can be viewed as an investment in the show's future. This tactic is not risk-free, though. Longtime viewers are frequently the most devoted and reliable audience base, even when new viewers could be drawn to intriguing plots. The stability of the program may suffer if heritage characters are eliminated or marginalized in order to alienate them. Striking a balance between respecting the past and constructing the future is the main obstacle facing the authors and producers. There may be a significant backlash if that balance shifts too much in one direction. Fans aren't afraid to share their thoughts on social media, and if a casting choice seems like an unneeded sacrifice, it can spark a negative backlash that outweighs any potential advantages of the new personnel. The daytime television scene is one of constant motion, a fragile ecosystem where the departure of cherished veterans and the arrival of new characters coexist in a perpetual, frequently tense balance. For the loyal viewership of the young and the restless, this balance is not only a production note but a very personal facet of their daily ritual. Ironically, there has been a noticeable undercurrent of fear rather than a general sense of joy with the recent revelation of a large number of new performers joining the cast of the long-running CBS soap opera. This response is based on a long-held perception of the economic realities of the industry and the history of the show. An influx of new personnel frequently, although not always, signals a later wave of departures. This phenomena brings up difficult issues regarding audience loyalty, storytelling, and the economics of maintaining a daily drama in the age of contemporary media. A basic tenet of television production, budgeting, is the source of the audience's anxiety. Despite their ongoing appeal, soap operas are subject to strict budgetary restrictions. A soap opera produces about 260 episodes annually, a relentless schedule that necessitates a carefully controlled budget, in contrast to primetime series with limited episode orders. One of the biggest recurring costs of the show is the compensation for a huge ensemble cast. The budget for talent must unavoidably be adjusted when a series hires several new contract actors, each of whom demands a salary, benefits, and a certain number of episodes. This recalibration usually calls for a reallocation of current resources rather than the creation of new money. The fan theory that established, possibly more costly characters would be pushed out to make place for the newcomers is fueled by this economic reasoning. This isn't necessarily a judgment on the talent or popularity of the existing cast but rather often a cold, hard calculation of expense versus perceived narrative worth.